What's going on, X-Men fans? It's me, the X-Men guy, and today we are going to be breaking down the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I know this is a very common topic on YouTube, but today I'm going to try to add my own twist on breaking down a trailer and say my predictions and my thoughts as a comic fan on each of the things that I find interesting about the trailer. But without further ado, let's get into it. This trailer starts out with Deadpool and all of his friends celebrating his birthday. And what the first thing that I see is a picture of Deadpool and all of his friends that he's made over the past few movies. And I think it's really cool how it basically just shows all the growth that Deadpool and the people around him and this franchise as a whole has made over the last few movies. And I think not only that, not only the Deadpool franchise will be celebrated in this movie, but also the entirety of Marvel Fox movies, like the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Daredevil movies. Maybe even the Ghost Rider movies, but I don't think they've had any hints to that, but who knows. Next, we have the challenging few years line. Now, Deadpool says towards the beginning of the trailer that it's been a challenging few years. Many people have pointed to him breaking up or divorcing Vanessa as the challenge. However, this is supported by Vanessa calling him Buddy, which, I mean, you could call your partner Buddy, but I feel like Buddy is more reserved for friends, and that seems like what a lot of other people have been saying online. However, the one thing is, I did, zooming in to the one scene, I did see that she still had a ring on. Now, could she have married again since this takes place, what, 5-6 years after after Deadpool 2? So she could have a new partner. However, I think that maybe they didn't divorce. Who knows? So next we have the TVA, and it seems as though they have new helmets in this film, and I just thought that was really cool just to point out. Next, I do want to point out again, the TVA, instead of pruning Wade right away like they do many other universes and timeline threats, they take him back to the TVA, much like they did Loki. Now, maybe we'll see what happens to Wade, what happened to Loki. He'll be enlisted as an agent and help them do things. And seeing as though this seemingly takes place after Loki season 2, I don't really know how the TVA will be the antagonist in this film, because it seems as though Deadpool's, killing a lot of the agents, so maybe there's a defection, maybe this takes place before Loki season 2, but I don't know. It seems weird that the TVA are the villains of this film. Anyway, next, I think it's pretty cool that we see Marvel's logo yet again changes with the new film. This time, it's a really cool red and black color scheme. And then I noticed this because I had the subtitles on with the trailer. The agent that Deadpool is speaking to throughout the trailer is actually named Paradox. Now, could this be a hint to having a time paradox in this movie? Maybe. Especially because in Deadpool 2, kind of spoilers, but it's been out for 6 years, Deadpool kills his no-mouth counterpart in the Fox universe. I'm not sure if that would have any, implications for his future, but you'd think it would. Next, we have Paradox showing Wade the scenes from the MCU on the teleprompters or TVs at the TVA. I think this is really cool. How it's kind of uniting the MCU's past and the Fox universe's past. And I think it's pretty funny that Deadpool actually ends up saluting Captain America. And the next scene we see is a desert, and with, I think, what seems to be cars moving through it. Now, my best guess to what this place would be is the void. Yeah, that's what it's called, from Loki, and what seems to have Deadpool in it. But I don't know. Seems pretty cool, and I want to know what you guys think. So leave in the comments where you think that is. Anyway, right immediately after that, we see our first shot of the villain of this movie, who will be Cassandra Nova. If you don't know who Cassandra Nova is, she is basically the twin sister of Charles Xavier. Long story short, really bad person, kind of a genocidal maniac. Almost took out, or I think she did take out, a whole mutant nation. So yeah. Then we see, Deadpool waking up in like a skull, like a, I don't know, like a monster skull bed, and a lot of people have pointed out it looks like the Hulk's bed from Thor Ragnarok. And to second this theory, Hugh Jackman did say that his 3 wishes, after he had supposedly retired from the role of Wolverine, he said the 3 things he wished he had done was star in a Deadpool movie. He's doing that. Be in an MCU film with the Avengers. Well, he is in an MCU film, and some people say that he might appear in Secret Wars. And then, finally, fight the Hulk like Wolverine did in the comics. And that could very well come true. Next, we see Patch as we go into this casino-looking place. Now, if you don't know who Patch is, it's basically Wolverine's alter ego when he goes into Madripoor, and we've seen Madripoor before in the MCU, especially with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I would not be surprised if we see it again in this. Next, once we are in what I think is the Void, or whatever that place from Loki is called where you go when you get pruned, I'm pretty sure it's the Void. We see some of the scenes from some of the set photos that we saw, where the Fox logo is kind of like Planet of the Apes style Statue of Liberty all broken down in the ground. And we see this awesome reload scene that has great cinematography. Now, after this reload scene, I want to go over who Deadpool is shooting at. Now, we see in the background during the reload scene, and as he's like panning to go shoot, we see in the background a little broken down building with a door and a hole in the wall. Now, later in the trailer, we see Wolverine throw Deadpool through that very building, make a hole in the wall right next to the same door. So I believe that is the same building, and he may be shooting at Wolverine, and this may be where they first met. Maybe this Wolverine is from a different universe. Perhaps, maybe he's from the universe before Days of Future Past that the TVA went and pruned because it was not the primary universe anymore. So that I can see as a very likely thing to happen. Then, so maybe they were first meeting there, and they started fighting for whatever reason. Then, what I think is really cool, when I slowed down the trailer, when Deadpool was thrown through that car, you could see him with a very limp arm. He shook it a little bit, and it got stiff again. It seemed as though that he had broken his arm and healed it just like that. I thought that was really cool. Then in the background of this Mad Max looking place, I think it's probably still the Void, we see Big Shatari from Endgame and a helicarrier wing. And a little bit after that, we see Pyro from X2. It's great to see some love for the old X-Men movies in this film, and hopefully we see a bunch more cameos, because I really like those early movies. Then we have a callback to the first Deadpool, where Deadpool raises his arms up and says, "Wait," so that the bad guys don't shoot at him. He does this here with the TVA, but instead of from behind the car, he does it from behind a tree branch. And as the final shots of the trailer, we see a Secret Wars comic in the top left. Maybe this is hinting to the film dealing with incursions, which is what that Secret Wars run, Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, really did. And finally, we have our first shot of Wolverine, which looks really, really cool. We don't get to see his front, but it's just amazing. But anyway, guys, those are just some of the things I found from the Deadpool 3 trailer. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you want more videos and want to tell me what you want, I have a poll on my community tab, and where you can vote for my next video. But anyway, shout out to Brendan.